Welcome to the kitchen. I'm Tom, the Sunday dinner chef. Today we are going to be making wok braised boneless pork. Let's get started. I picked up this, it was a 10-pound Boston butt or shoulder. And what I did was I took it and I started cutting it up. Now, the darker the meat, the more tender it's going to be and the more juicy it's going to be. So what I did was I cut this into strips, mimicking boneless pork. Also, today we're going to be making rice. And we're going to be adding to it some black shiitake mushrooms. And now these are dried, and you have to rehydrate them. Also some garlic, green onion, little mini bell peppers, and a yellow onion. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting this stuff up. I'm going to braise the pork, actually the shoulder. I'm going to be using some hoisin sauce. Also, we're going to be putting in some oyster sauce, and these combinations are phenomenal. Okay, to Oriental cooking. Some soy sauce, and I don't have any mirin or rice wine vinegar. I'm going to be using sherry. You can get away with a little bit of sherry in that there. Also, I have some mixed garlic and granulated onion, and here's the king of the hill here, Chinese 5-spice. This gives the flavor. All right, let's get this thing moving. Now this might look a little bizarre to you, but this is how I used to do it back in the day. I take the rice and I put it in, normally we would put it in a big hotel pan, but only it's a cup and a half of rice that I'm using. And what I'll do is I'll add some water to it and also some soy sauce to the water, and that goes into this Pyrex dish that's going to get covered. Now I'm going to cover it with some saran wrap, and also I'm going to be putting on some tin foil. Now this holds in the flavor, it lets it cook, everything stays together, steams it, cooks it at the same time, just about maybe half the time. I will be adding in some green onion, yellow onion, and also some peppers. I'm going to put a little bit of Chinese 5-spice in on that, and that's going to go into a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes. All right, green onions, yellow onions, chipped up some nice little bell peppers, red, yellow, and orange. And now I got shiitake mushroom. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around the stem. The stem can be very hard. Sometimes it's inedible, so I'll just take it out. There's no sense taking any chances with it. Now, from working in a busy kitchen, this is a way I would make my rice and some other vegetables. Putting this plastic wrap on here, it does not melt. So what happens is it actually holds in the steam. Putting that plastic on top and then putting the tin foil on top of it holds everything in together, holds the steam in, and helps cook it a little bit better. In a busy kitchen, you can't have the time to constantly stir your rice or having it up on top of the stove. Put it inside the oven, and 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. It comes out perfect every time. Into a 350-degree oven. Now I put a tray underneath this glass Pyrex, just in case if it breaks, it doesn't go all over the place. Let's get back to the pork. Now, I have this sitting in probably 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm not adding any salt to it because soy sauce can be very salty. I'm adding in granulated garlic and granulated onion. I'm just going to keep turning this and keep mixing it up in there while I get the rice going. And now we're going to fire up the wok braising. Now, with that garlic, I didn't mention before, there is a little bit of ginger. I just had a little bit of fresh ginger left. That's diced up there with the garlic. Also, we have peppers. I matchstick them. Shiitake mushrooms, okay, and yellow onion. And then we're going to garnish it later on with some green onion. On top of my stove, I have a pan with another burner on it, a butane burner, and I have it set up so it's going to get a little bit hotter than my normal conventional stove. I don't know why it doesn't get that hot, but this will get super hot. So as you can see, thermometer in there, 325. I'm ready to start going here. In the wok is canola oil. So what I do is I'm going to shut off the burner as I put the meat into the wok, because if it does over bubble, I'm not going to set the place on fire. It's a little safety precaution. Everybody should use it. If you have electric stove, do the same thing. You don't want to have a house fire. Gently add the meat into the oil, and we're ready to start wokking. It's wok and roll. I can't believe I just said that. Wok and roll. Oy, oy, oy. Now at this time you can turn your stove back on, or your little burner here, and to maintain the temperature between 325 and 350. So each time you put a piece of meat in, naturally the temperature is going to drop. So we want to keep it pretty even so you can start raising up right now. We're about 15 minutes into it, and they're starting to brown out pretty nice. So this is starting to come along pretty nice. I'm pretty excited for it. I can't wait to have it. Well, at the end of the road here, as far as the frying part of it. Now take them out. We're going to pat them dry, and we're going to move on to the next step. Into another bowl to cool, I take the fry oil and I put it into this bowl. Let it sit, and then my wife takes it and puts it in a plastic container, and that gets discarded that way. Please don't throw it down your drain. That causes nothing but problems. At this time now, I cleaned the wok, okay? Using a fry oil like that and whatever fond stuck to the bottom there, I don't want that, because it will have the tendency to burn and give it a foul taste. So we'll start from scratch. Clean pan, and put the meat in, add some garlic, and a little bit of soy sauce, and a little bit of sherry, and all of a sudden now we're going to start building this thing up there. This is where the braising starts. I have all the components in. I'm going to put the second cup of water in, and then we're going to put a lid on this, and this is going to go until it is fork tender. Well, rice is done. We're going to peel off this layer of plastic, and I'm going to show you how the rice comes out. Fogging up the camera a little bit, but that's fine. This works every time, I'm telling you. And you can let this cool down a little bit, and guess what? You can either put that in the wok too for fried rice. This works out very well. I've been doing it for many years. The braising liquid is starting to dissipate, so now I'm going to start adding in some of the different vegetables. I'm going to add in the black shiitake mushrooms first. They have a great flavor to add to this sauce right now. I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody who has subscribed to my new channel here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. The comments and all that, I really appreciate it very much. But if you haven't subscribed, please hit that like button, push the subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notified each time I have a video that comes up. I really do appreciate everybody. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Okay, this wok braised pork is coming to the end. Now, the recipe that I used to follow for this one called for chili peppers. I have them. But I have this chili oil also, and this is pretty potent stuff. So I'm going to give a little shot in there just to kick it up a little bit now. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to start adding in the vegetables, okay? Peppers, onions, some green onion, a little bit more of whatever I had left of the garlic. And this is how it's going to get finished. We are getting ready to plate this pretty soon, so we're just going to let this finish out here. And I'm going to tell you something. The aromas are like off the charts. Now I'm adding in a little bit of a thickener. Doesn't really need it, okay? But that was some of the braising liquid that we had from before. Add a little cornstarch to it. Thicken it up just a little bit. Give it that nice sauce texture. This baby's done. Wok braised boneless pork with rice with shiitake mushrooms, pepper, onion, green onion. Doesn't get any better than that, man. Look at that. Unbelievable. Listen, everybody, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Come back next week to the Sunday Dinner Chef. Take care, everybody. Be safe.